When a self-anointed expert on Kashmir finds herself exposed, what does the ISI or its fronts do? Prop up her husband and make him the self-appointed expert. Is this what is happening with the case of Azad Essa and Hafsa Kanjwal? Well, let's find out. Here we go. But before we do that, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to click on the bell button for notifications. Advance thank you for the same. What would a demoralized husband who earns his bread and fame from his wife's name do after she gets exposed and her work takes a beating? Well, he will declare himself as a self proclaimed expert and meet Mr. Azad Essa, who is the husband of Hafsa Kanjwal, a projected expert on Kashmir by the Pakistani fronts. How so? Here we go. Who is she? Hafsa Kanjwal is, she's claiming herself as an author. She's written a few books and she spews ceaseless venom, fake narrative on Kashmir about how the minorities in Kashmir are being discriminated. God, these people don't know how to count. The average amount of money spent on Kashmiris is 70,000 rupees per year as compared to 4,000 for other regions. These people are pampered to no end. Okay. And I am hoping that the day is not far off when India starts withdrawing all these, incentives and all these SOPs for the Kashmiris. Just treat them like anybody else. And that day is not far away. I guarantee you that. Anyway, Hafsa Kanjwal continues to write, nonsense. And now her husband is beginning to jump into the act. See, look at the last names are not matching. So one would be easily fooled into thinking these are two different entities, right? I'm going too far ahead here. Let's first take a look at Hafsa Kanjwal. Who is she? She is an assistant professor of South Asian history at Lafayette College and was groomed by Pakistan and ISI puppet Ghulam Nabi Fai. This diagram about the linkages is coming in a few slides, so stay tuned for that. Right from her teenage years, she has been, groomed to doing this, and suddenly now she is an expert on Kashmir. Azad Essa has now taken over and he is her husband, and he is now suddenly the self proclaimed expert on Kashmir. How so? Well, this is the tweet that Abhijit Iyer Mitra, a good friend of mine, put out when Ilhan said that she is staying away from Modi's state address when he had come on a state visit to United States. Good riddance, words to that effect. And then this guy picks it up and says, this guy is that, there's, ultra right wing, there's that. We all know who Abhijit Iyer Mitra is. For someone who don't even, was not even on the horizon till now, and suddenly he says that this is how this fellow is. I mean, you take it with a pound of salt. Well, not only that, IIMC is ready to pick it up and blow the conch even more to try and make it a big deal. Who is Azad Essa? This self-proclaimed, that is, Swaghoshit. It's a nice Sanskrit word. Swa, self, Ghoshit, proclaimed, expert. And he starts writing some interesting stuff in Urdu, and it's more like Urdu, I think, Punjabi laced with Urdu or Urdu laced with Punjabi. I can't make sense of it, but he's tagging IIMC, and then, of course, IIMC is only happy to play cheerleader. How do these connects happen? Ghulam Nabi Fai is the one who has been handling Hafsa, and Hafsa's husband is Azad Essa, and Ghulam Nabi Fai is an ISI stooge. We know this thing from a long time ago. Now, who is providing the Hindu cover for all these things? There's a girl called Suchitra Vijayan. And who is she? I'll come to that in just one moment. See the story. They always have a Hindu name, a Hindu face to try and cover up. Here you take Hindus for Human Rights, Sunita Vishwanath. But look at the board of Hindus for Human Rights, all Muslims, all Pakistani Muslims most likely. Again, Equality Labs, Hindu name, Tenmuri Soundararajan. Who runs it? Back to the same alphabet soup. Huma Dar was on her board as an advisor, as well as Huma Dar's daughter, Natasha Dar, and D Square co-wrote that caste discrimination report, which has been thrown out from a court as evidence. And yet, they persist because they have successfully shoved it down the throats of Democrats who seem to be only too willing to drink this Kool-Aid. I don't know when they'll come to their senses. I'm sure hoping that they'll watch this video and at least they'll get stung by the kind of criticism I'm heaping on them, say, wait a minute, somebody's having some strong words to say about how we are perceiving and how we are setting our own narrative. Certainly, I tell you, the California state Democrats are not covering themselves up with any glory whatsoever. Now, let's take back a step and look at Hafsa Kanjwal's antecedents. She was, she had interned at the Deputy Chief of Mission, Muhammad Sadiq's office in the Pakistani embassy in Washington in 2004. And here is a letter from him. And there he says, mentions her name, saying how she highlighted the plight of Kashmiris. Of course, it's always the plight of Kashmiris. And Hafsa has also been seen with Ghulam Nabi Fai in several events. One such event was at George Washington University in 2006. In 2007, she founded two organizations, Kashmir Core LLC and Kashmir Core LLCK. By the way, even as we speak, I'm hearing that in the Kashmir Valley in India, a lot of new alphabet soups are emerging. And I think I did one monologue on that. Go back and take a look at that. You'll be surprised at how many such nonsense stuff is coming. They're taking the same playbook. I remember I told you Hindus for Human Rights has something very similar for Israel, and every organization they have created, they have a sister organization in Israel, and they just go one, 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 one. And then I'm sure something similar is being dreamed up in Kashmir. So we'll give you more updates as we go along. So here is a Pakistani link where she's again spewing venom about how the Indian government is ill treating Kashmiri Muslims. This stuff has run its course, guys. You saw on Independence Day how many thousands of Kashmiris thronged to participate in the flag hoisting and Independence Day celebration. Done. You guys are done, okay? Now you're going to be laughed out of the house. You're going to be laughed out of the stadium. You're going to be laughed out of the event wherever you are participating if you continue this track. Liars, liars, and greater liars. That's all I can say. So here are more links of these people like Abdul Malik Mujahid and also Humadar. Humadar, no, it needs no introduction. I've done many episodes now. You know who she is and what she stands for. Now, this is a new name. Suchitra Vijayan, the founder of Police Project and a major part of the Soros gang. Wow, look at that. Soros gang is also in this. So Soros, I think, looked at this alphabet soup organization, saw that these people have established themselves quite well. They have people who seem to be able to reach out to USCIRF, pay them some donations, have them put some comments and reports critical of India. So he's saying, everything is set up for me. Now all I need to do is just keep putting some drip irrigation to keep this thing going. So anyway, they are playing right into his hands or he's playing right into their hands. I don't know, don't care. I think people are beginning to see these, lies and falsehoods. So it's only a matter of time before they'll all be run out of town as far as their narrative is concerned. And if you look at the Police Project webpage and who are managing it, two individuals from the United States and one from, guess where, Pakistan. So it's now very clear they have to have this Indian American, this Hindu element as a face to keep putting the thing, look, 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 this is the thing. And I think Indian Americans who are sitting at the fence and who want to feel secular, act secular, they need to understand that these are all falsehoods. This is actually for you. Those who say that, we are Hindus, we are proud to be Sanatanis, we are followers of Hindutva. Look, all these three are the same. Okay. Don't let anybody try to tell you Hindu is good, Hindutva is bad. That is a stupid fool who thinks that Hindu is different from Hindutva. Twa means ness, Hindu-ness, being Hindu. Anybody who's a Hindu follows that. So this is just people's ignorance shouldn't come in the way of trying to coin their definitions. And they'll go to one particular instance on Veer Savarkar's book and say, okay, this is what this is. Nonsense. Okay, one man doesn't define the whole religion and the whole dharma. Okay, so now what is Mr. Essa up to? He's now beginning to take part in events such as this one hosted by the SASG. I'm tired. I'm tired of trying to expand all these alphabet soup organizations. Anyway, whatever it is, you guys can figure it out. Go Google it, but you get the idea. This is how Pakistan has been trying to fool the secular Indians. And I think it's the Indians who need to wake up and start pushing back and say, look, I don't want any more of this nonsense, but out of my life, I know what Modi is doing. At least in many of these things, I'm completely with Modi, aligned with his thinking, aligned with the way he acts. Perhaps he needs to have more lobbyists in Washington, D.C., because that's what every country does. India has woefully few. So I'm hoping that that situation will improve. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to click on the bell button for notifications.